Okay, we have here today another integral. This one's from JEE Main 2003. We have the integral from 0 to 1 of x times 1 minus x to the n dx. Okay, I think there's quite a few different ways we could do this one. You may notice first that this isn't exactly the right form for the beta function. Also, I think integration by parts would work, but I think for me what I want to do, I think I'm just going to do it with a u substitution. So what I'll do is I'm just going to call this here, we'll make this equal to u, and just notice we have this n as an exponent. I didn't see any conditions on that, so we'll just assume it's some number. So let's just go ahead with this. So for the substitution, we'll say u equals 1 minus x. I'll rearrange this to get a value for x. So solving for x, we get x equals 1 minus u. And I'll take a derivative, so our dx value is just going to be minus du. Now we'll go ahead with this over here. So first we'll plug in 1 there, upper bound becomes 0. Plugging in 0, 1 minus 0, the lower bound becomes 1. Then we have our x value right here, so I'll write this 1 minus u. This right here, this is just going to become u to the n, and dx is just going to be minus du. But I'll take this minus sign and bring it out front of the integral, and we'll just use that to flip the bounds. So what that's going to do is put it back. Now we're integrating from 0 to 1. And then here what I can do is I can actually just distribute this back in here and rewrite the integral. So we have the same bounds. This is going to become u to the n minus u times u to the n is going to be just u to the n plus 1 du. But then integrating this, we can just use power rule. So this is going to become u n plus 1 over n plus 1. And then here, this will become u n plus 2 over n plus 2. And we just need to evaluate this from 0 to 1. Now, when we evaluate this at 0, this term's 0 and this term's 0. So that all goes away. We just need to plug 1 into this thing. So we plug in 1, we get 1 over n plus 1 minus 1 over n plus 2. This is a perfectly good solution here, but I think what I like to do is just get a common denominator and put these together. I don't know, I just have a preference for it looking that way. So when I do that, the denominator is going to become n plus 1 times n plus 2. And if we multiply by n plus 2 over n plus 2 here, we're going to get an n plus 2. And then we multiply by n plus 1 over n plus 1 here, we're going to have minus n plus 1. But then the n's are going to cancel here. Then distributing in the minus, we're going to have 2 minus 1, and that's just going to become 1. So for my final solution to this is just going to become 1 over n plus 1 times n plus 2, and that's it. Okay, there you have it. Good quick problem from JEE Main 2003. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a good day.